Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Flatworld. You can see I'm flying around here. I'm trying to assess the damage, as you guys may have heard. If you updated to one or two of the snapshots, I think it was like 14W26A or B, you could have a lot of damage done to your world. Some chunks that were broken and a bunch of stuff like that. So I'm trying to fly out in the nether to some place that I haven't generated yet. One solemn block in the air. So it looks like I've been here before. I just want to assess the damage. Luckily, there isn't a ton of work that I did since my last backup. I did not have like a super recent backup, so I did lose quite a bit of stuff. Basically, anything you saw in episode 74 is gone. So our little potion room, the big sorting system that I worked on, and the little nano farm. But that is no huge deal. And it doesn't look like anything's really broken here, which is weird. I think just to be safe, I'm still going. Yeah, this is new terrain here. You can tell because the lava's not updating or updated. Why isn't it falling though? That's weird. Yeah, just to be safe, even if I can't see any damage right off the bat here, I'm still going to definitely revert back to my last save. You got to be careful with the snapshots, and that's something I realize. I got a little careless because, I recognize that you have to be careful with them, but after a while, you go so long without anything bad happening and updating to the snapshots again and again and again that you get a little loose with the rules. And then it just so happened that the one time I didn't really make a backup was the time when there was a big bug and all the worlds got corrupted. So, yeah, it's loading in real slow here anyhow, but I will revert. The biggest thing that I lost, honestly, is that I finished covering the mountain with dirt, which was a huge effort to finish all that because I didn't have enough dirt to do it. So that's going to be hard to redo, but luckily I'm home from vacation now, and I've got a lot of time, and people have been asking me more and more to do streams. And so I'm going to stream everything that I worked on, all the progress I lost. I'm going to stream me, putting it all back together. It's going to be the damage control stream. That's what I'm naming it. And so you're not going to see, well, you might see some of the progress this episode, and then perhaps not. I don't know when I'm going to have the stream, but if you're seeing the episode, the stream is over by now. Look at that. We got a neat little portal block there. Yeah, if you're seeing this now, then the stream is over, and I've already fixed mostly everything. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and revert the world back and then begin streaming, and hopefully we can get pretty far just doing that. So I'll see you guys soon. And the nice thing is I think I lost a really nice pick by accident, so maybe I'll get that back when I revert, which is nice. But yeah, like I said, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Well, it's going to be just a second for you, but for me, I'm going to work for a few hours and stream all my progress, so hopefully I see you guys there. Alright guys, so I've done a little bit of progress. I have not worked on the potion room or the nano farm or the sorting system or anything else I lost. I've just been working on this mountain, and I did a stream lasted for a few hours just last night, just as I said I would, and it was a lot of fun, so thanks to everybody who stopped by for stopping by. But right now I'm just relaxing, watching the World Cup. It's the semifinal game. I was rooting for Germany, and sure enough, they're beating Brazil 0-6, which is the biggest lead in history in a World Cup match, I believe. So wow, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's been a tough match to watch just because you know, even though I was not rooting for Brazil at all, um, it's hard to watch a team get beaten so bad, and all the fans be so upset, especially in a country like Brazil where, you know, things are, I don't know, Brazil got both the Olympics and the World Cup, which is weird to me because a lot of the preparations haven't been the best. It's been in the news a little bit, a little bit of controversy, people protesting from Brazil because, you know, there are people starving down the street from where they're building an Olympic stadium. You know, so it's like, hey, what's up with that? What's up with that? You know, fix your government before you, you know, build a bunch of Olympic stadiums. That's kind of the whole issue there. But I won't get into politics right now. I was just watching the Cup. It's actually, the match is still on right now. I wasn't going to watch this year, but as you guys know, I went on vacation, and there was a lot of downtime where the adults were sort of doing stuff for the wedding, and I had nothing to do, so I just ended up watching the World Cup because it's kind of the best TV on, pretty much. So I don't watch much TV, so that's why I started watching. And now that I started watching, I was like, well, I might as well, you know, see how everything turns out. I'm still not really that interested, but all the teams I have rooted for so far have won in the matches that I've watched, so it's pretty interesting. Germany's gonna win the cup, I think. I think it'll be Germany. I think it'll probably be Germany and Germany and the Netherlands. I think Argentina's going down, and then Germany will beat out the Netherlands. But that's just my prediction, and I don't know much about football. So anyhow, yeah, here we are, just placing dirt, and I want to tell you guys about my vacation. I also want to read some of the names of my subscribers while I do this, because it's not the most interesting thing, but I wanted to give you guys an idea of how it is that I'm doing this mountain, because a lot of people are asking for tutorials, and I don't want to mislead anybody and say, you know, like there's a way to get the dirt on here. No, you got to dig it up and place it. That's how to get the dirt on here. So but I just want to tell you guys a bit about my trip. So I left like 10 days ago or 11 days ago now for Colorado. Took a flight out. The flight was good, non-stop all the way from Logan Airport in Boston to I guess Denver, right? Isn't that where the airport is? Anyways, went to Fort Collins. We have relatives there, and I stayed with my grandma the first couple days, or at her house with my family, just my mom and dad. And yeah, it was a good time. I basically never see my dad's side of the family because they're so far out. So yeah, I don't get to see them so often. But yeah, I had a great time in South Dakota though, because after a few days in Fort Collins in Colorado, we went out to South Dakota. But you know, it's just so different out in Colorado. You know, it was very dry for the most part, at least. And very hot, which isn't too different from here, but it's really humid here in New England, and it's very dry there. You know, that you get like desert plants everywhere. There's I went for a hike. I'll show a few pictures on the screen now from the hike, and basically I almost passed out. This was later in the trip, a few days ago, in fact. I nearly passed out. We went for a hike midday, the hottest part of the day. It was about 95 degrees. We wanted to hike up this place called Horsetooth in Colorado, and it's named so because the rock at the top of the mountain looks like a horse's tooth, kind of. So we wanted to hike up there. We decided to do the shorter hike because it was so hot, which was a good decision. I didn't realize, but I hadn't eaten that day. No one had fed me anything, so I hadn't had anything to eat. I just kind of forgot. I don't know. A lot of times I don't really get hungry. Oh, wow. Germany just scored again. 0-7. Wow. I've never seen players look so defeated as Brazil does right now. But anyways, yeah, we hiked up and we went to Horsetooth Falls, which is like this little waterfall area. And it was pretty dry because there hadn't been much rain, supposedly. But Nevertheless, I went and I stuck my head in the waterfall and stuff. And sorry, I'm just watching the footage. Oh wow, what a goal! Right off the top of the goalpost. And yeah, so I was doing a little rock climbing with my cousins because one of my cousins had mentioned that you can like kind of climb down the waterfall if you're at the top. And this was like when it was starting to get to me, I realized I hadn't eaten anything. It was 95 degrees. We'd been pushing ourselves pretty hard on the hike. And all of a sudden I started to feel kind of woozy. But I sat down for a while. I felt better. So I decided to climb this waterfall, like you said. And I was not wearing hiking shoes because I didn't bring any on the trip. I didn't pack any. So I was wearing just these sneakers, real like Converse sneakers, pretty much, really slippery, and it's slippery rock too. It's sheer rock, and I slipped. Or I jumped off like a 5-foot ledge onto a slanted rock, and I knew I was probably gonna slip, but I wasn't sure how much. And down below was a little pool of water, and then the edge. So it was actually I was really close to stumbling over the edge. I hopped down, lost any traction, had no traction at all, and basically, yeah, basically started slipping. So I grabbed the rock really, really hard and smashed my fingernails up. But anyways, some of the things that happened to me in South Dakota, we stayed in Keystone, which is a cool little tourist trap town. I saw a few people shoot their guns. You might have seen it in the vlog that I posted. Some people, shot their guns in the middle of the street to advertise some cowboy show or something. Everything was like Western themed. There was a saloon. There was a lot of Native American stuff around too. Especially because of the Crazy Horse Monument, which, for those of you who have never heard of it, it's the eighth wonder of the world. Pretty much, it's so big that Mount Rushmore could fit just on the guy's face. But it's this giant monument of an Indian guy on a horse pointing, and yeah, that's Crazy Horse. I'm putting pictures up on the screen hopefully for you. So yeah, there's a lot of Native American stuff pertaining to that because that's kind of what it's dedicated to. Let's see what else. There was the the monument itself, Mount Rushmore, was pretty impressive. When I was there, I got some good pictures, and then we came back later to see the lighting because they light it up at night, and they had or well, they didn't have one. It started raining right at sunset. So as the sun set, there was a double rainbow over the mountain, over Mount Rushmore, and they were playing Yankee Doodle. It was like the most, and it was right before the 4th of July. It was like the most American moment of my entire life. It was actually really funny. But yeah, so yeah, that was quite a blast to see. Pun intended, because they had to blast up the mountain to learn about how they did those monumental carvings. And yeah, it's just pretty crazy to think they turned a mountain into a sculpture when you really think about it. It's just a little crazy. I don't know. Very cool, very cool. So yeah, I saw all that and then went back to Fort Collins. I went to the wedding, which was really fun. I guess I don't have my volume on right now for my game volume on, but that's okay. Went back in Fort Collins. I attended the wedding, and the wedding was super fun. It was a 1920s themed wedding, so I slicked my hair back and curled my mustache and wore, suspenders. I'll put a few pictures up. I even got to smoke a cigar. I've never smoked a cigar before, and yeah, it was pretty fun. Just feeling all fancy like that. As you guys might know, I had a 1920s theme on the channel here for a while. I actually had a 30s theme and a 40s theme too. I like history and stuff like that, retro stuff. So it was fun to do that. But yeah, the wedding went well, and unfortunately, it was really, really hot, and there wasn't really enough seating, so it was really sweaty and stuff. But it was still a great wedding. So I had a blast meeting all, because my grandma she's one of 12 kids. And so each of the 11 siblings had a lot of kids too. I mean, she herself had 5 kids, my uncles, and yeah. So basically, my dad has anywhere from like 60 to 70 cousins or something like that, maybe even more. Excess of 70 cousins, which is just insane to think about. He can't name them all. There's a lot he never met who were there. Well, not a lot, but there were some he'd never met who were there, and that happens pretty much any time there's a reunion. He meets another one he hasn't met, which is just crazy. And then all the cousins are starting to have kids now, because they're plenty old, and then their kids are starting to have kids, and it's just insane how many relatives there are on that side of the family. It's just like an entire generation of people, so that are vaguely related to each other, I suppose, or at least I'm vaguely related to them. But yeah, that was cool to meet all these people who I'd never met before. So yeah, I had a great time on the trip, and that's basically all I wanted to talk about for the trip. So now, let me just, on the other screen, I'm going to pull up some of the subscriber names and read some of the funny names of people who subscribe to me and thank everybody. This is the first episode I've done since I posted the Flatworld to Reddit a week and a half ago. So we got quite a few subscribers from that, as I was hoping, and a lot of great support from the people on Reddit. A lot of awesome things people said in the thread. If you haven't checked it out, I linked it in both the last episode of Flatworld, episode 75, and also the checkpoint video. It's in the description of both. So just to see the really nice things people said. My favorite comment was incidentally the most thumbed up comment of the thread, but it was "You've done more with nothing than most have with everything," which was just a very poetic way to describe a flat world. So I liked that a lot. But yeah, so let me read some of the subscriber names to y'all. Okay, guys, so I think since I posted to Reddit, I got about 300 new subscribers, which is just incredible. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, like I promised earlier, I'm going to read some of the names that stood out just from the emails. I don't think I got an email for all of you, but I'm just going to give some shout-outs to some funny usernames. All right, first guy is Sharktopus Kraken, which... wow, Sharktopus Kraken, that just sounds really like a formidable sea creature beast. I might have to make a Sharktopus Kraken in Salacia. There's a Butt Cheek Man, which I don't know, I just thought it was a really creative username. There's the Serbian Badger. I don't know why I thought that one was funny, but I did. Pineapple, just Pineapple. This one I was more impressed that this person was able to get that username. To be honest, that's kind of why I chose that one. I was like, man, Pineapple, how did no one take that? But now that YouTube usernames are all weird, maybe multiple people can have the same username. I'm not really sure how it works anymore, ever since Google+. Okay, the next one... this is probably the guy's real name, but Clayton Hurd. What did you hear, Clayton? Yeah, that's actually, usually my subscribers ask me the questions. Now I'm asking you, Clayton, specifically, what did you hear? He probably, if that's his real name, hears that all the time, that same question. And it's probably really annoying. Okay, and let's see, Sidekick. That's it, just Sidekick. That one was kind of like Pineapple. I'm just like, how did you get that username? It's also pretty awesome. Like, I wouldn't mind if Sidekick became my sidekick on the channel here. Because, I'm trying to make things personal, give you guys some shout outs, so make it nice and personal here. And what could be more personal than having a personal sidekick? I don't know. Rhetorical questions. Let's see. Dan Schalson. Dan Schalson just sounds like Shane Dawson, and so that's why I picked that one, because I don't know. Maybe there's a relation there somehow. No, probably not, because you don't share the same surname. But anyhow, let's go deep fry a turtle. That's all one word, no spaces. So let's go deep fry a turtle. I like that it is said with such, rapidity, urgency. It's like, let's go deep fry a turtle. Like, this guy, he knows. He knows what he wants. He wants to deep fry a turtle, and he needs to get that out of his mouth as quickly as possible, and I respect that. So yeah, there's one. This one, homicidal acrobat. I just thought was interesting. I'm wondering, does the acrobat use the acrobatics, if you will, to assist him or her in killing their enemies? That would be my question. Homicidal acrobat, that's basically just like Scarlett Johansson in that Avengers movie, basically. So think about that. That's some food for thought. There's Frederick Finderup, which I don't know. I love your name, Frederick. Frederick Finderup, or maybe it's Finderup. I don't know, but it sounds nice, so that's why I picked you. You guys aren't winning prizes or anything. I just like your names. That's your prize. So then there's the Ultimate Badass, which that's pretty cool that the Ultimate Badass is following me on YouTube. That's like an accomplishment, I think. And then there's the Crying Oatmeal. So I mainly picked this one because I had a question for this guy as well, which is, what reason does oatmeal have to cry? I don't know. I don't really know. Actually, I'm trying to remember. Quakerism was started, and I'm mentioning this because of Quaker oatmeal. Quakerism was started because there was some court case, and this guy who spoke soft was really weird. He got taken to court for something. Oh, I'm trying to remember. This was 2 years ago now, U.S. history. Yeah, this soft-spoken guy, had some court case that was I don't know, and he basically founded a religion out of this defense he had put together for his court case, and it's really weird. Not that Quakerism is really weird. Well, not that Quakerism is really weird, but just the way the religion was founded is really weird. So hopefully I didn't offend you, the Crying Oatmeal, and your religious preferences. Actually, I probably just offended the Crying Oatmeal because I assumed that the oatmeal is Quaker, which is probably pretty racist in the realm of oatmeal racism, oatmeal societal norms. I don't know. Oatmeal doesn't really have society. Is that racist? I don't know. Anyways, so those were the names I picked out, and yeah, you guys are probably pretty sick of watching me play Dirt by now, so I'm gonna do something else. But I just wanted to talk a bit about my vacation, show you guys what it's like to place dirt all over a mountain, and list some names that stood out to me as funny from the last batch of subscribers. So I've accomplished all 3 of these fine goals, and it's time to work on something else for a while. So I will now teleport to somewhere else in the world. Pew! Alright guys, so I apologize if this video has been a bit choppy. My frames here on the Flatworld aren't doing the best lately. I'm hoping that when the 1.8 actually comes out, it'll get better. Or else I'll have to diagnose it somehow. But anyhow, hopefully it hasn't been too bad. I realized that I forgot to mention that on my vacation I went into... Oh my gosh, I have all this obsidian. Perfect. On my vacation, I went into a cave, and I went cave exploring, which was really, really fun. And yeah, as you can see, the all of the sorting and the nano farm is gone from having to revert. But the project we're going to be working on right now is linking up to various places in the nether. So just bear with me while I talk about my vacation. We don't have too much time in the episode, but I just wanted to talk about yeah, this one experience I had that was really, really fun. And that was, I went through a cave. The pictures you'll see up on the screen right now are from the walking tour of the cave. But I did an adventure tour, which was basically really, you had to fit through a 8.5-inch gap in order to, be okay to go on the tour, which was pretty crazy. Bear with me here. I'm gonna write some stuff down. All right, sorry about that. And you basically had to fit through a tiny hole to do this thing. They gave me knee pads, they gave me a helmet with a flashlight, and I was the only one who signed up for this tour. So it was just me and my tour guide, who ended up being a really, really cool guy. Okay, so that leads to there. Let's see where this comes out now. Yeah, he was a really awesome guy, and okay, perfect. That links up still. He took me to places that he doesn't usually take people on the tour, just because we were really, I just turned 18. He was about to turn 20, I believe. So we were really close in age, and it was just really fun hanging out and sort of getting to experience the cave like that with someone my age who was pretty cool. So yeah, that was an awesome experience. All right, so it's Z19, and I want to be at X9. So the portal's going to be out here somewhere. Basically, the last thing I'm doing in this episode is just showing you guys the plans for next episode, which is I'm going to be revamping the Nether soon. If not next episode, it'll be a ongoing project, and I want it to be easier to get around my world, not so much running around. And this Nether hub is pretty pathetic, anyways. So we can tear some of that down, sort of make it look a lot more impressive. Because when I was going over the checkpoint video, I realized that was kind of the most feeble part of my world, was that I didn't have a nice Nether hub, despite having all these other luxuries and such. So, yeah, let's see, 19, 17, 18, 19. And then we'll come out to X needs to be 9, like I said. Right here. Right here is where the portal needs to go. So just to end off the episode, we're going to see if it works. We will put a couple blocks here. Save on our obsidian for now. And up 3. Up 1, 2, 3. Oh, risky jump here. There we go. And like that. Over the top. Through the loop. Let's see where it ends up. Should link up perfectly. And here we are. So I'm going to do that for all of the places around the world, all of the 4 places, the spider farm, the mountain, everywhere you can go. And hopefully we can develop a comprehensive Nether hub using these portals. So, yeah. That's the plan for next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know I did talk a lot, but I had a lot to go over. Right now, I don't know if you can tell if I'm talking different or anything, but my wisdom teeth are actually out. So if you haven't seen the video I posted, the vlog I posted of after I got my wisdom teeth out, check it out. I don't remember any of it, and it's really, really hilarious. So make sure you check that out. And like I said, hopefully the frame rate issues will be solved soon, because this is not very typical, so I'm going to have to look into it. But anyways, look out for more streams. I'm going to be doing more of that, and I will see you guys next time.